Okay, so now we're going to take our corners and measure 2.5 inches up and 2.5 inches out. So I have my ruler on the fold edge here. We're going to measure 2.5 inches up, so that's right here. It doesn't matter which way your pins are, we just need to mark that spot. Okay. And we're going to measure 2.5 inches out. So, right here. So now, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. But make sure, this is very important, to turn your corners out as far as possible and as straight as possible as they can. You see mine almost looks like a right angle. You want to make sure they're out as far as you can, because after we do the next step, you won't be able to turn them anymore. So, let's do the same thing that we did over there. So let's do 2.5 inches up. Pin. 2.5 inches up. We're going 2.5 inches inside. 2 inches to the side. Okay. So after it's pinned like that, you are going to use your sewing machine again, and you're going to sew from the spot you marked on this edge straight diagonal across to this line right here. So just a straight line across there. Let's grab a sewing machine. So that's why it's really important to turn out your corners, because after we sew here, you won't be able to push them out anymore. So I'm putting my sewing machine, I'm starting it at this very corner. Right here, I'm turning it, sewing through a straight line over here. And if you want, you can even take your ruler and line it up. Like this. So you know which direction you need to make your presser foot. So now, if I do a straight line, I'm going to end up here. So, let me pull out this pin before I start. So, I'm just going to do a straight stitch line to this point. Start reverse. Alright, I'm going to take the pin out. Okay, now I'm going to reverse couple. Does that? Like this. Great. You can clip your strings. And remember, we're sewing this actually on the outside of the bag, so you want to make sure it's straight. That's why we want to practice our straight stitching. So we want to make it look really clean and nice. Like that. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. This time I'm actually going to start from the fold and go up to the side seam. Now it is time to put in the grommets. You will need 2 of these shallow halves of grommet, 2 deeper halves of the grommet, And you'll need a way to protect your surface, so I'm going to be using a cutting board. But you can go outside and use a cement pavement or something to protect the surface. All of this stuff here actually comes in your kit, so you should be able to find these 4 supplies in there. So the first thing to do is we're going to take our ruler and our pencil and decide which side you want to be the front or the back. Doesn't matter. And you're going to take your ruler and measure 1 inch from the corner on a diagonal, so on a 45-degree angle, and just put a dot there. So you do this on the front. So I'm going to make a dot here, and I'm going to go to the other side of the corner. I'm measuring 1 inch in at a 45-degree angle, making a little dot. So next, I'm actually going to take one of these, they're called eyelets, and I'm going to put the hole in the center of my circle, and I'm going to trace around the inside of the eyelet. You can sort of color it in too if that's easier. Alright, you can do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so now I have these 2 circles, and they're both the exact same distance away from both sides. And I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to cut through both layers of fabric, but just cut through this hole that I just marked. So just through the hole. And do not make a big gash, just almost like a puncture through. So I just punched through the hole, through both layers. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, excellent. So now we're going to put the grommets in. So you're going to first take one of the deeper grommets, and you're going to put it on here from the front, push it through your hole that you made in your fabric to the back, like that. So once you do that, we're actually going to work from the back of the fabric now. So I'm going to flip this. So this is the back of my fabric. Now I'm going to take one of the shallow eyelets, and I'm going to just place that on top here. Move this a little bit. Now I'm going to put this black circle and line that up with the part that I put on the front, the thicker one. I'm going to put that down on my table here. I'm going to use this metal part right here. I'm going to position that in the center of this eyelet. So and make sure you're doing this on a protected surface. I'm doing this on a cutting board. You can do it on cement. Just make sure you protect whatever surface you are doing it on, because these are very hard and you're using a hammer, so just make sure to protect it. And protect your fingers, so watch your fingers. So I'm just going to hammer down now. going to look like when it's done. Test it to make sure it looks secure. And as you see here, the hole goes all the way through. There's the smoother side, which is on your front side. And then on the back side, you'll see almost like little rectangles over here. So that's your back side. So just repeat those steps for the other hole on the other corner.